Alrighty now, welcome everybody to another episode of the Regular Season Sportscast. Yes, sir. I am your host, Jay the Red Santy, here to bring you another week of sports phenomenons, news, rumors, and ridiculousness as well. Just want to let you guys know that we could get our download on at rageworks.net. Be sure to check out all the content that's there at rageworks.net. We also have other shows and other outlets for you geeks out there who enjoy comic books, video games, as well as wrestling, MMA, and other high quality and entertainment for your pleasure. Just want to let you guys know that once again, we do this every week. It's all randomness and ridiculousness, but we also have a structure for you guys to make sure that we keep everything in line for your sports and your funny bone. This week, we actually change it up a little bit. This week, we actually have someone sitting in the interviewee chair. That's right, guys. This week, I will be performing our first interview here for the show. That's right. I'll let you guys know who that will be shortly. But first, I just want to give you guys
this week's rants.
Before I do the rundown and let you guys know what's going on for this show, I have to let you guys know about my rant for this week. This week, I can honestly say it's been a lot of changes that's going on with the show. We're actually putting it on some new developments here. We're going to have different type of chemistry going on, different type of an environment. We're changing up a format here and there. Will it be good? I think so. Would you guys like it? I hope so. But at the end of the day, all this is going to be stuff that it works to our advantage, and I would like you guys to be a part of it, and I want you guys to also give me feedback and comments about it. Maybe shake up a couple of things here and there, but other than that, it's gonna be something that will be fun. I'm hoping that you guys will jump on board and enjoy what's gonna be coming down the line for this show. With that being said, this past week, many of us are NFL watchers and we enjoy the game, and we are part of the masses who pay our monies or our time to the NFL. And I found something this week that, let's just say, perturbed me somewhat. It's been on my crawl for some time now, but it really annoyed the fuck out of me. And I thought this would be the week for me to bring it up in
this week's rants.
All right, let me give you a scenario. Let's say you guys have a particular video game that you play. One in particular. You're a big video game fan, and there's one in particular you love to play, be it a NBA 2K16, be it the Batman Arkham series, be it Pokemon, whatever the case may be. And let's just say you can play any other game that you can have on your console, but the only one that you love to play, you have to buy a special TV for it. There's a special TV that you have to play this game. You have to go out and purchase a special TV. Let's just say there's a TV show that you are a big fan of. Maybe on Netflix, YouTube, whatever. But for you to watch this, you need to buy a specific headphone or stereo equipment for you to listen to it. Because every other show will play on your TV, but for this one, you need to buy a specific one. And they're going to charge you for it weekly for it. This is what the NFL has done when it comes to listening to games via Android, via iPhone. You are now handcuffed to either purchase their app to listen, not view. I don't care about watching it. I'm one of those guys who's old school. I can listen to a football game. But to actually pay to listen to one is ridiculous. If you're in a car, you can switch the dial and you can listen to it in the car. If you're on your computer, if you're on a laptop, you can find a station, a radio station on a computer that will play a Giant game. But now, for you to listen on your phone, which is like the most multimedia purpose outlet in our day and age, you can't find it. You might as well try to find a Buffalo nickel with a picture of Harriet Tubman on it. It's that difficult to find. You can't get it. It's like finding the rarest Pokemon card in the history of Pokemon cards. It'll be like Marion Barry smoking crack. You have to find that type of photo. It's ridiculous. And now, the other facets that you have to go through to search for this thing makes it seem as though you're bootlegging an NFL game, especially something that's in your region. Makes no sense to me. I don't understand why a multimedia conglomerate like the NFL, who are raking in billions and billions of dollars in football alone. NFL football is probably second behind soccer in the world as the most lucrative and most fan-based sport in the world. And they are still finding ways to squeeze the extra dollar out of the fan. Fantasy football, no problem. Now there are tie-ins with these betting structures, these programs like FanDuel or DraftKings, no problem. Hell, we'll promote it on any of our games. But for you to listen to it on your phone, utterly ridiculous. I don't get it. And you know what? It probably ties in with the phone companies, which I can probably see where they too are trying to find their way to get some type of back-end deals and such. Granted. But for you to pick up an app like TuneIn or iHeartRadio or those radio stations and such, that it should come nonchalantly to pick up a hip-hop station, an R&B station, a rock station, whatever the case may be. But if you wanted to pick up a sporting event, especially NFL, it gives you the heads up before it even starts. We will not play due to restraints, and it's ridiculous. So we need to do better. NFL, I understand you guys trying to get the almighty buck. More power to you, but you're actually cheapening yourself by not giving us that access via our phones, because many of us, especially when we're at work, on our way to work, and the only tool that we have is the phone, and we can't get our games, shame on you.
This week's rants.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this week we have on the card, right after halftime, we are going to be talking NFL. We have to do our Week 4 roundup. There was some games this week, and I actually am happy to say, because I'm not really sure yet if it was clear, because the day I'm recording, the games aren't finished yet, but so far I'm looking much better than I have looked in the previous weeks on my pick'ems, so we're going to do some follow-ups on that. And we're going to look into Week 5. Week 5, the bye weeks start kicking in even deeper. We had our starts in Week 4, so we can start looking at them for Week 5. We're also going to be looking at MLB, the playoffs. Looks like there going to be some tight games going on for the playoff series. The wild card is one to look at, man. It's for you guys who are Major League Baseball fans, this is our time now. This is our moment. We're coming back. Baseball is coming back. So you guys get a peep for what's going to be after halftime. But for the moments, for what we got now, this is our first interview ever. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Regular Season Sportscast has their first opportunity to interview a wrestler. No, please. No. Don't applaud at one time. We all don't want that. Please don't applaud at one time. Bringing to our microphones is Paul Savage, a man known as Panda Beast. What's going on, sir?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Oh, please don't be too excited about being on our show.
I'm actually a little nervous, to be honest.
Paul is known in the House of Glory circle, one of the premier students coming out of that structure, promotion, and organization. Paul is the man behind the mask, and I wanted to give the opportunity to him to open up, since his gimmick, his persona rarely, if anything, ever speaks. So I want to give him that time to be a part of what other parts of civilizations don't understand with the wrestling world. So, Paul, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just ready for.
You look too focused. Tony's back there playing 2K16, and you're watching. You're engulfed in the game.
I like that game.
I understand. What you have it for, Xbox?
Yeah, I actually got it for free on my Xbox One.
You want to share your game attack so people can add you?
Nah, not really. I don't want people like, I beat him, he a scrub.
Well, that's all right, though, because we're all not good at certain things. But I know what you're good at. You're good at wrestling, brother. I like that. Let me tell you something. I've been a fan of yours since I first saw you. The first House of Glory show, I believe it was House High Intensity. I called the
like those Pro Slam Rows?
No. I believe it was the House of Glory High Intensity show.
Sure. All right. Cool.
I don't know. I'm drinking Dos Equis, so it'll come to me later. But the reason why I'm saying that I recognized you for that was because before the night started, and I remember because the show was supposed to start at about 7:00, and it didn't kick off until like 9, ring preparation and stuff like that. But I remember you were in the ring working out some stuff, and you were on the top rope. And for you guys who haven't seen what Panda Beast looks like, he's not what you would consider a high flyer.
Panda Man. At
that moment, he was Panda Man. And please describe what was it that was happening, what you did that night.
All right, so I think it's like one of my first like big shows ever, and like we were working like big spot from the top rope, and at that time I was doing twist and sky moonsaults, which is like what Amazing Red does, my trainer. He does like spins in the air and lands on his opponent. Mine's is like a little moonsault, like way like 5 times less cooler than his. But anyway, I was on top rope and there's like no padding, and they're like, "Oh, do it." I'm like, I really don't want to do it. Then Red was like, "Can you do a moonsault?" To be honest, at that moment, I cannot do the moonsault. So he was like,
We were trying to impress the teacher.
I'm not trying to impress the teacher because I'm just not trying to die either at the same time. What happened was that he said, "Jump and bridge, and your body will follow through." Sounds cool on paper, right? Sounds real cool. So I try it, right? And you know how most people try to like do a backflip? They usually like don't jump and leap and try everything. They'll try to just flip and hurt themselves. So I did it, and my foot almost got caught on the rope, and I almost killed myself.
Yo, I was at the walkway. I was talking to.
But fear is not an option.
Oh no,
fear is not an option.
Apparently, not at that moment.
See, no fear is just plain stupidity. And
I was talking to a wrestler, and I said, "What is he doing?" And he's telling me, he's like, he's up there. He's trying to do a fucking move over the top rope. He's gonna fucking kill himself up there. And I looked. I gave it. I said, "Nah, he'll be all right." And when you crashed and burned, I was like, "Oh my god!" But the best part about it was that you took it like a champ. You got up, and
I was like, "That's not gonna work today." Yeah. Let's go back to the drawing board, guys.
But from then on, I sat there and I go, "Who is that?" And they're like, yeah, he works under the Panda Man mask, and I was like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna make sure to watch him during that night, and let me tell you, since like from then on, your gimmick is such an over gimmick. At that time, it was such an over gimmick. Like how does it feel to be under the mask, physically and as the persona? First of all, physically, I know it could be a restraint to be under the mask.
All right, yeah. Physically, it's character. So characters have their limitations depending on where you take the character. Figured out it's hard to really talk as a character because what does a panda say? How does the panda act? I've been taking a lot of criticisms in the past couple of years about like, oh, you should do it this way, you should do it that way, and I'm like, I take a little bit here and there because a lot of things be like kind of like crazy, like, oh, you should just rub your back against the turnbuckle outside the ring, you know, like Baloo from Jungle Book.
Bare necessities.
I like that song though, and I was like, cool, I'll take that. I've never done it yet, but it's always there, and like when I first started, it was like really weird. We're like, cause my mask was like really like suspicious looking to me, so I guess like I felt kind of suspicious. And I wasn't comfortable yet. Like now I'm like pretty comfortable. Where like I could just almost do anything, get away with anything.
I like the first of all, you had one of the coolest entrance musics to come in with the kung fu fighting.
Oh, that was my entrance music.
Yo, my daughter, I have an 8-year-old who's been a fan of House of Glory since it started. That's one thing she always remembers when we come from the shows, and we'll sit in the house and just sing it and laugh hysterically about it. But I also thought the whole tie-in with accepting the Panda Man persona, even when you say you didn't even speak when you did the murmur.
Oh, that was actually there's a story behind that though.
Can you elaborate about?
The murr came from it's actually a thing me and my cousins do when we like play video games. We were like, because it first started off with like Mario Tennis for like the GameCube, and like Shy Guy was like always like murr. So like every time we like enter a party in like Xbox, he'd be like murr, like, oh hey, what's up?
But it fits. It actually worked because there was whenever you would do like a move or it was like the chant, it'd be like the yes chant, so it would just be like murr. No,
I actually tried to get that over, and some people got it, some people didn't. And
speaking of getting over, what's more? What do you think is more tougher to do as a wrestler, to put someone over or to be put over? And if you guys who aren't wrestling fans or know the terminologies, to be over is to get the acceptance or the acknowledgement of the audience, of the crowd, or in your say,
I think it's harder to get over.
Yeah.
I feel that people that try to kill themselves over trying to get over. A lot of people will do crazy stunts just to get a pop.
Right.
Putting somebody over is, I mean, you're putting the guy over, so he's looking good. It's a little easier, and you get respect factors from that.
Right.
I've always
told people who aren't like
getting over is like
fans of
very
wrestling.
unique. I think is very unique because you got to be different. You can't. Everybody wants to be a wrestler. Everybody wants to try it. Everybody wants to be you gotta be something different. Everybody, if you're something different and you stand out and you look good, you probably get over. Maybe. Yeah, it's a lot of things that get into this. It's not just one factor.
Was there ever a time that you were in a match and you're trying to put a wrestler over and it just wasn't working, it wasn't clicking? I mean, you don't have to name any names of any wrestlers, but
there's been matches where like I was the good guy and
yeah, I'm trying to get you on the mic a little bit more. Yeah, there you go.
There was matches where I was like the good guy and like I got booed because the other guy was more over. I mean,
And you came in as the face.
yeah, I came in as the face.
And if people don't know a face, means.
It's like if you go somewhere else and people don't know you, and they know the other guy more, they're gonna cheer for the other guy, unless he really is a bad guy and nobody likes him.
And there's a turn that could happen in the match. We're throwing like wrestling terminologies. Let me just help people out there who are just not wrestling fans. Face means that they're the good guys. That's the quote unquote terminology. Heel means the bad guy. A turn means at any moment that a person could turn from a good guy to a bad guy and bad guy to a good guy.
You know who's my favorite heel and my favorite face turn?
Yeah,
the Grinch.
The Grinch.
The Grinch. Best heel ever.
Please explain, because let me tell you, that's one of my.
How the Grinch stole Christmas was awesome.
Right.
All right. He came, stole everybody's stuff, told that little girl to be fine, came back up top, then he turned face, and he went back and gave everybody the gifts again.
That's actually, you know what? Not a lot of people. You're probably the first person I've ever heard, like, tie in the Grinch that stole Christmas with wrestling. I don't think I've ever heard that before. That's actually pretty cool. Let me give you that. I see that there's times in which that you go out there and when you were the face of it, it seems tougher to work as a face to try to get over. And I've heard a lot of stories to be a heel is easier. You recently had a heel turn at House of Glory.
All right, so
how's that been?
Turning on the Pokemon guy, that was it's fun. nah, just playing around though. But he's my boy. That's my boy over there, and it's gonna be fun working with him in the future. Obviously,
Andy Lee Ray. Andy
Lee Ray. Yeah,
I saw the progression of him too. He had another gimmick.
He's good.
Yeah.
Like, that guy is so sharp. You see how big he get right now?
Yeah,
big boy.
The guy when he first started.
Oh yeah, he had the Hala BB gimmick.
Yeah. But
that's funny.
But he his progression is and I always whenever I get the chance to like talk to him to accept the gimmick, it's actually a really good gimmick to work with. It's tough, but I know it's tough with you guys.
A lot of people have this, like even I have the stigma of like accepting the gimmick or like embracing the gimmick, and it's progression. It's like you take it one day at a time. Some days when you got a new gimmick, you might try something new. Like one day I wore a cape. One day. The bamboo stick always worked.
Bamboo's a seller early.
Yeah. You know what? I wish I could sell bamboo though. Can't. I bought these little sticks, couldn't sell them. I gave it out for free. I was like, screw these. I bought panda hats, couldn't sell them.
Really?
I sold one.
The panda hat couldn't sell?
People didn't want to buy it. It was also like winter time at the time, so I thought yo, this is a great idea. I'm gonna sell these panda hats. $15. I had 8x10s. I was like nobody like. I had like Smiley next. How
long did it? How long did you like try to do the sale? Because I think it'll be something that's.
I tried it for like 3-4 shows actually. Yeah. Like I've had like, but then you have Smiley over there. Smiley's the most over guy. He's my boy too. I love that guy.
The lucha mask, got his mask going over there.
That boy sells a lot.
But so really the hat couldn't go over that. But that's what I say. It's really tough for you guys who are faces to actually get the whole over thing going. So how's it been going as a heel?
Heel, I haven't. It's only been two shows now. Heel. I mean, I turned one show and then I came out in one match. So, I mean, being heel is a little different. It's like. I'm not even used to that yet. I should be embracing that.
Right. You still got to be that.
Saw my face. I'm like shocked and a little embarrassed. Like, oh, sheesh, they booing me.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrestlers who feel that when you're a heel, it's so easy because you could just go out there and you could spit any type of vile kind of one of the best heels that I love in the indie scene, and I wish that he would get more light is Danny D'Amato.
That's my boy.
Oh my goodness, whenever he's there, the regulars #regulars. That's us at House of Glory.
I know.
Whenever he's there, we want him to get the mic, right, Tony? Yes. we want him to get the mic. So I feel that now with this role as this character, this gimmick that you have with the heel with the Panda Beast now, are they going to give you opportunities to grab the mic?
Not really.
No?
Because I'm going to slowly progress to the mic because I'm not very comfortable with this thing here.
I hope this helps.
I mean, this is cool. And being myself is fine because very, very expressive. But,
how tough is it really to cut promos, really? Because I know at the school.
It's funny. We cut promos at the school, too.
Right.
And they're funny because, like, you kind of, like, forget what you want to say, and then you end up saying something else. And I actually ramble a lot, so cutting promos is really hard. Not my strong point. Also, I have, like, I also have an issue with, like, keeping eye contact,
right?
Looking at cameras straight in the face. So I try to avoid the camera.
But there's other wrestlers that have done that. Macho Man Savage is like, Randy Macho Man Savage was like one of the premier guys who's known not to really stay focused. He used to do promos and he looked everywhere. He didn't even stay on camera. If he did look at the camera, he looked at the camera for like 3 seconds and then he would just go off in the next galaxy. So there's ways to work around it. But are you working? Like, are you trying to like take some type of?
Well, right now I'm trying to look not evil, but I'm trying to be like bad. Like, it's hard to be bad, but then you got these Mickey Mouse ears, you know, that look real cute. So I'm like, I look freaking. My eyes look evil. My ears look cute, but then I'm trying to make you.
You're like a bad toy out of Santa's fucking workshop.
Like, I'm trying to look bad. Like,
by the way, we've been talking this whole time, and we haven't even started plugging the show yet. House of Glory presents The Purge. This will be October 23rd, man. If people know us, the regulars is there pretty much almost at every show. Josie's boy want to let you guys know that JT Dunn is the man. Show will be at 9112 144th Place in Jamaica, New York, 11435. Tickets are still available. We have general admission for $20. We also have second row seating for $30. I think front row is already sold out.
I think there's limited seating left.
Right.
Not sure yet.
Oh, okay. And if you want tickets and you want ticket for information, you could go to houseofglory.com. And
or you could just come to the school.
Oh, come to the school. Where's the school located at? Did I just put you on the spot? Do you not know where the school is at?
I don't know addresses.
House of Glory is located on.
I don't know. Ridgewood, Queens.
Yeah, it's in Ridgewood, Queens.
You can
look at houseofglory.com. The address is posted there. Yeah, you're about to do extra freaking ring runs just for not knowing the address.
How do you
of the
not
school.
know? They were like, how do you not know the
card
address?
On the card, we have for the tag titles, we have EYFBO, which I'm still trying to figure out what that means.
Oh, you are too?
Yeah, we still going against the private party. They're electrifying. That's the terminology you would use for both of these tag teams. They are spellbinding. And we also have a grudge match with JT Dunn, Anthony Gangone versus Ken Broadway and Joey Janela, the bad boy. As well as you're part of a match that night.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Are you booked?
Yeah.
Card is subject to change.
Always.
And the big card for that night. Oh, before I go into that, we have Brian XL, the former champ, the CEO of House of Glory, going up against the champ, Mr. Smiley. Stipulation is yet to be determined. the regulars have pitched one.
I think are the fans choosing that
Yeah,
stipulation?
the fans are supposed to. The regulars pitched one already, and I'm hoping that it becomes that. Details will be of that will be told at the end of this interview because I don't want to overshadow our great idea for that. And the main event for that card is the Amazing Red going up against the Burnout. RVD, Rob Van Dam, the man extraordinaire. Let me ask you, Amazing Red, world renowned. He's been to Japan. He's been to.
He's the greatest.
Are you saying that because like you're
No,
hypnotized
I
to saying
actually
that?
no. I've witnessed throughout my year.
Praise him. Praise him.
No, actually, no. I've witnessed firsthand like how great he is.
Ric Flair is the greatest wrestler ever.
Yes, yes, he is. Yes, he is. I said that the other day to somebody. I was watching Ric Flair promos. I was like, he's the greatest.
Woo! So yeah, so Red is one of your trainers.
Okay, he's my trainer, and I'm not saying he's one of the greatest because he's my trainer, and I'm kissing ass here. That's not true.
Yeah, we'll make sure that Red listens to this.
He'll beat me up.
Chest shop in the corner for about 20 minutes.
Oh my God, I had those before. It was bad. I cried. Seriously though, I cried. Did I take a code red yet? Actually don't know. You can't tell right now. I don't think I have. Probably have, but I'll get back to you on that one. Anyway, it's just experiences. Like I've gone to locker rooms with him. I've gone to.
Yeah.
I've gone to locker rooms.
He's
with
over
him.
here playing with a top for like a beer bottle, and it's just like it can pick up on a mic. So stop that.
But it's so fun to play with. Very distracted.
Yeah.
Anyway, Red, greatest trainer ever.
Really?
He cares about his students. A lot of people don't.
He seems like a very humble guy. Right?
He's very humble, actually.
Yeah.
I've gone to many locker rooms with him. Everybody shows him respect more so than anybody else I ever seen or witnessed. A lot of people talk very highly about him. Like even people like that. People don't even know that they know Red. They talk highly about him. And Red, he shows that he's still probably the best high fly. And he innovated what we call the X Division nowadays.
Let me tell you,
type of that, the style wrestling we have now.
When you have a YouTube video dedicated just to you and to what you've innovated, shows the respect that not only the industry, and it's more than one, that not only the industry but the fans who are the ones that are buying the ticket, who are putting the asses to seats. That's much respect. Is there any times in which that you've been with House of Glory for how long?
4 or 5 years right now. About to be 5 years in December.
5 years. Is there any time that while you were there that you sat there and you said, I can't do this anymore? I don't think I can do this.
It's not about whether I can and can't do it. I know I could do it. It's just that in life you have a lot of like difficulties. Everybody goes through stuff, and I understand that as a person. That
you have personal stuff,
and you have to. Sometimes it's you want to make this, or you gotta do a lot of other. You gotta settle things straight in life, and that's the difficulty in wrestling sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
speaking of which, speaking
sometimes
of that, like you're an indie guy, and you guys have personal lives. You have to make ends meet. So. How's the struggle been with having to do, getting booked for a show, but knowing that you have to work the next night at your personal job? How's that been?
Well, conveniently, I get weekends off from my job, so.
Nice.
But there's a lot of shows on a Friday,
which is the big bookings.
For some reason, the biggest bookings are Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays.
Yeah, you guys kill me with that shit because. It used to be Saturdays, and it would be easy for me to go to these shows, and now Friday nights is like, I'm now calling out of work. I got a stomach virus. I can't make it to work now. You know, it's tough to tell somebody, you know, I can't make it to work because I have this wrestling show I have to go to. I need to be there. You don't understand. I'm a regular, damn it. But you as a wrestler, it must be like,
well, when you got to wake up like at 4 or 5 in the morning and then work your 8-hour shift, sometimes 10.
yeah,
And then after that, you got to go straight to the show on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Earlier, like before everybody comes, and then get everything ready and have everything set up. You're kind of tired by 2 in the morning. 1 in the morning after you put the ring back and.
yeah, because you're still part of that. You're still paying your dues. You still have to do.
You never finish paying your dues.
Right.
You know, this is the answer to the question that
Everybody asks, yeah.
Everybody asks, even students, like, when do you stop paying dues? You never stop paying dues. You will always, forever pay them dues.
Can somebody bookmark that? That's probably the title of this episode. You never stop paying your dues. I like that. Thank you for doing that. But it's true though. Yeah, you always seem that you're learning every show, every day, every time you're at the gym, you're working out. When you're not in the ring, you're in the gym, you're working. It seems like you have everything tied up and all that. Do you have like a personal life outside of wrestling?
I try to.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you do recreationally, like to relax?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Either I play late nights. I'll play my Xbox. He said go out. He said play with the ladies. I'll go out on a few dates if I have time, or if anybody cares to date me at the time.
Do you go with the mask? Do you?
Yeah, I got.
Have you ever?
I always carry my backpack. You know, you never know when it's a good time.
You never know when there's a lady who's into the panda.
I'm like, I love pandas. Oh really? Oh yeah.
Well, guess what?
Guess what?
That'll be. That's what you should look into, like cosplay type of.
Like, what am I gonna be, Panda Man? Who is that?
Oh, you'll know soon enough.
Dated girls that didn't know I was a wrestler.
I'm gonna make you murr, baby. I'm gonna make you murr.
Oh, yo, that's not cool.
But like with all that going down, so what is it that you do? Like you walked in the house today and you told me that you just came from a tournament. Like,
Oh yeah, I just came from a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Yeah.
How many people can actually say they do that?
Well, you can say it when you do other cool stuff. It like evens it out. It's like, all right, geeky, cool, geeky. Be like, all right, I go to the gym. That's kind of cool. I play Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's kind of geeky. I wrestle with House of Glory. That's kind of cool. That's way cool. I watch anime. That's kind of geeky. It balances out. I know how to cook. That's kind of cool. But I'm kind of lazy at cleaning my room.
So you have to really like find a way to find a woman that's into each or something that
well,
that
it's either you tell them one or the other.
Right, they can appreciate one or the other.
You can't be like, hey, I play Yu-Gi-Oh cards, girl. That's a kid's game. All right, but when you making money,
that's the conversation we had before. I say, as long as you make money, you can make money out of it. I can't knock you, man.
I feel like I'm pretty cool right now in Yu-Gi-Oh community because I just like got my.
Oh, you're a name out there in Yu-Gi-Oh?
You know what? I'm not a name. But I got my invite to nationals lately.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool, and I get to like go travel to like
whatever anybody could tell you, regardless of the genre in which it be geeky or not. There's always gonna be a female fan base. There's always gonna be like a ring rat type of thing. Speaking of which, have you ever encountered ring rats? A ring rat is the form of groupie.
It's a groupie.
It's a groupie, but in wrestling terminology.
I don't like calling them ring rats. That's not nice.
Oh, you're such a gentleman.
Just because somebody likes me because I do cool stuff, shouldn't be called ring rat. When I see a rat, that's just like a disgusting animal in the sewers.
Yeah, they're filthy. They're gross.
Filthy.
I like filthy girls.
Why can't the girls just like me because I like wrestle really well? They like me,
right?
And stuff.
They like me for me. That's Panda Man.
They like Panda Man. So like when I talk to them as a person, they don't know it's me until. Like,
have you ever encountered any of those?
It's hard to when you're trying to hide yourself, right? Some of them understand. Some of them know, but
It's like, no, don't take the mask off.
I don't know how to take that. Well, you put this paper bag over here.
Let's all be in costume.
Cosplay
I'll be
party.
Panda Man. You'll be, I don't know.
For one Halloween, for one Halloween, I was Panda Man.
Oh, that is so cheap and thrifty of you.
I was broke that one. Yeah. What you want me to do?
Listen, you're an indie wrestler. What it's supposed to be about?
As an indie wrestler, that means I don't make a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have to go through the struggles.
So doing that, since we were talking about the bookings and all that such. You've traveled. I mean, what's the furthest you've ever traveled? Where have you gone?
I want to say further than I want to, but that I have. But
I've gone to cliche.
I gone to Massachusetts. I've gone to PA. I've gone New Jersey.
You said Chicago, right?
I haven't gone to Chicago.
Oh,
Massachusetts.
Oh.
I've gone Connecticut.
Were you part of that Toronto tour?
No, I wish I was though. What was that? When was that Toronto tour? It was probably like a couple months back.
Yeah,
right?
a couple of months back. Yeah.
I was injured.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's a good thing to talk about as well. But we'll get out in a minute. So, when you go outside to other bookings, do you go as the Panda Man gimmick or the Panda Beast gimmick?
Yeah, but Panda Beast has this brand new, so I haven't done.
So, are you going as the Panda Man gimmick?
Yeah, I've gone as Panda Man gimmick.
Have you ever wrestled outside the mask?
Prior to House of Glory, yes.
Yeah.
But
were you part of that whole backyard wrestling type thing when you and your friends would do the?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, yeah. Me and my friends, that's how I started. Like, a bunch of my friends, like, they had a ring, and they used to wrestle at the doghouse, like, train there, and they were like, when I found out there was a ring, you know, I'm a little like 15, 17-year-old kid.
You were green.
Everybody's green. Even people that back here right now.
For people don't know what green means, is like you're knowing what the inner workings of wrestling is.
Well, green's not even a terminology for wrestling. Green's a terminology for anything.
Anything, yeah. That you just don't know anything. Like, you're new to it. You
know what's messed up? Green's a good color. Green's the color of money.
I see how you tied that in.
I'll be all the green all out.
Nice. That's how you worked that into this one.
So,
by the way, Panda Beast and Panda Man is open for bookings.
All the time. Anyway, what happened was that I had a bunch of friends that owned the ring, and they taught us little stuff like how to bump and stuff.
Right.
Which
taking a bump means
taking a bump is taking a fall. In wrestling.
Yeah.
So they taught us how to fall and stuff. We done block parties all over like Brooklyn.
Did you have a promotion name?
Can I put that out there?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It was the AWF.
Oh, what did that stand for?
You want me to, I don't want to be assholes without fear.
Nice. Okay. You just took another swing.
Wow.
That was cool.
Yeah. We're on YouTube, though.
Oh, nice. I got to look that up.
We don't have a lot of stuff anymore.
No.
Our like we used to have like a bunch of DVDs and like it was on my friend's PS3.
How long you did that?
We did that for a long time actually. Like when House of Glory opened.
Okay.
I don't know what time. Like it opened 4 years ago, right? So the summer before that, we were wrestling like block parties like every other week. And before that, we used to have like the ring in the backyard. So the same ring that we wrestled back then, House of Glory has it now.
Oh, that's cool.
So you would think like it's like kind of like
it's kind of sentimental for you.
Yeah, that's why when your boy over here was like, that ring sounds all beat up and scratchy and sketchy.
Listen,
and he's like, but
we get scared for you guys sometimes, man. There's a night where we were watching and the ropes loosened up like within one match, and we was like, oh, I don't think anybody's gonna make it after this night. I don't think they're gonna make it into intermission. And it was one of those nights that intermission didn't happen until like 2.5 hours later, and it was like, oh god, somebody better go out there and freaking and turn the turnbuckles in. This is ridiculous.
And who you think be doing that?
Oh, part of paying dues.
Also. Always
part of paying the dues. By the way,
paying dues is awesome. Actually, it's not.
It's not as bad as
a lot of
everybody
people like trying to make it look like it's a negative thing. It's
yeah,
like,
because
it's actually experience.
You guys are those guys that go out there, and especially when the
a lot of
show is
people
done.
just don't like.
When the shows is done, you're closing up, you're folding up the chairs, you're getting all that stuff situated. And
I'm just not a fan of getting home late. But I mean, when there's your friend and he needs your help, and you know that not a lot of people can help him out. You do what you gotta do, and y'all get that ring in there, y'all send that ring back, and y'all put that ring back in the school, and some days you set it right back up, and you go home at 2-3 in the morning,
right.
and you eat some chicken and you chilling.
the life of an indie wrestler.
Oh, it's not. That's the life of a student.
But that's cool though. But once again, I want to let you guys know, House of Glory, they're presenting The Purge. That's October 23rd. Doors open for fans at 6 p.m. Bell time is at 8 p.m. You can go to the event at NYC Arena, also known as Club at Missouri. It's at 9112 144th Place in Jamaica.
That place is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great place. You guys, we were there. Tony, we were there at the closest place, man. When everything was closed in. Yeah. It was ridiculous. It would be hot. It'd just be one of those events in which it was like, you really have to love wrestling to be here. You have to be a fan. And we went out in droves. We would show ass, have our signs up and all that stuff. And for you guys to get the venue we have now, I'm very proud to say that I'm a part of that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The
Plus
progression.
they serve alcohol.
The progression.
That's great. They serve freaking alcohol.
The progression that we went from like a boxing gym to like some days doing the Elks or the handball court to like the biggest like big arena like Club at Missouri fitting like 1,000 people
Josie's
in
boy's
there.
always saying that every time we go to that venue, it looks like the club in which Wesley Snipes was in New Jack City.
Yo, I have not seen New Jack City. No.
Oh, that's one of you
Am I
just
gonna
recently saw Pulp Fiction. So now you
Yeah,
gotta
I
watch
actually
that.
have. I'm gonna get scolded now. Like you haven't seen New Jack City, and the booze will come out of nowhere. Like
General admission is $20. Second row is $30. Front row is $40. I think those seats are limited. You can get those tickets at houseofglory.com. You could also find out what the address is for the school, so you can pick them up there as well.
I swear it's houseofglorywrestling.com.
Is it? Oh, because I have it here at houseofglory.com. Is it?
I think it's houseofglorywrestling.com.
Oh, okay, so houseofglorywrestling.com. Excuse me for that. You guys could also hit up hit up all your social media sites. What you have to promote over there?
I got Panda Man on Facebook. I have Panda Beast on Instagram. I have at Panda Man Hog on Twitter. And I think that's about it.
What's the House of Glory Instagram? Is that at House of Glory?
At Hog Wrestling.
At Hog Wrestling for Instagram.
I think it's at House of Glory. I'm bad. Yo.
You are horrible.
I'm horrible. I'm gonna get so scolded right now. Where is it?
Yeah. So guys, we're here with Paul Savage, aka the man under the mask, Panda Beast, and
it's at Hog Wrestling.
There you go. Take your time, brother. Take your time. You
I think I created that acronym. But
yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
sure.
You really need to like brush up on that.
There's a lot of things going on in life. I mean, silly. Not silly, but acronyms is not or message or how's it going. If you're not watching already, you should be watching. To be honest,
you guys also have DVDs on sale.
Yeah, we got DVDs on sale for the last couple of shows.
And I'm telling you, I can say that I've been a fan from the beginning, even when I was working with the company doing commentary here and there. One of my biggest pop meeting, excitement to happen. One of my biggest pops was doing a stand up with Jay Lethal at one of the events. I lost it. Like it was.
Explain that moment again. Like what happened there?
We were doing a commentary for I believe it was High Intensity 2. We were in the handball court.
That's the one where Brian faced Jay Lethal, right?
Right.
All right.
And there was supposed to be a tie-in with a promotion that I was working with at the time, Pro Slam, where
You were doing
the promoter
commentary,
was.
right?
I was doing commentary, and Lorenz Dean was. By the way, if there is anything that you would ever want to see at House of Glory, it's the night Lorenz Dean, a man who is green to what wrestling is, fought Amazing Red. Red gave him the biggest introduction to wrestling in the history I've ever seen. I've ever seen live. I mean, I've seen guys who turn wrestling into shoots before. But
I was there that
night. This was
I'm there every night.
This was ridiculous. I literally had to call the match on foot because I had to get up from the table where I was sitting at, the announcer's table, and I had to get up to call the match, walking through the crowd. And at the end of the night, let's just say that there was Lorenz Dean is an African, he's a black guy. You saw bodies bruising all across his whole. It was amazing.
So welts on his chest.
It was hilarious. But in any case, the night with Jay Lethal, he was to cut a promo with Lorenz Dean, and we weren't even sure whether or not it was going to happen because sometimes things don't go as planned. I, not caring about whether or not it was going to happen or not, Jay was walking to the back, and I stopped him, and he turned to me, and he waited for me to ask my questions. I thought it was cool. So I pitched off a question to him, and I thought that would be it. And just as I'm turning around holding the mic saying, well, thank you, Jay, he grabbed my wrist and pulled me back, and you felt the flexing. And he's like, I'm not done. If I could have marked out right there, you would have just seen me just lose it at that moment.
That's hilarious.
And then he cut the promo on Lorenz Dean. I can say if it was my top of anything in life, it'll probably be in my top 10. It'll probably rank in the middle of that. It was awesome.
I have a Jay Lethal story.
You got one? Don't hurt him now.
Don't hurt him. He hurt me that day. It was like years before I went to House of Glory. I was mad green, and I used to go to Ace Pro Wrestling for open mat with my a couple friends.
Right.
So Jay Lethal was there, and they were doing open mat, and he told me to go to the corner. I tied up with him. I brought him to the corner. Actually, he brought me to the corner, to his corner. Well, he told me to chop him. And I'm a little timid and scared at that moment. I'm like,
how old were you?
Probably like 16, 17.
Wow.
Like 18.
Right.
Maybe. No, not even 18. Like, maybe.
That was Black Machismo phase?
Yeah, Black Machismo time.
Yeah.
I chopped him. And then he told me, chop him again. Chopped him. Then chopped him. Chopped him. Chop. And then he called me like a little bitch. He was like, you little bitch. I was like, damn. I chopped this guy even harder. And then he was like, that's more like it. And then he grabbed me, and then he lit my ass up in the corner. And I took pictures that night of my chest. It was red as hell and everything. But it was cool. I don't think he remembers it, though.
I think the worst I've seen anybody take chops was Pinky Sanchez, the night of High Intensity, the first one.
Who he faced?
Eddie Kingston. He chopped him in the corner. I think he gave him about 55, 60 chops. And if anybody doesn't know who Pinky Sanchez is actually a good performer.
He's one of my boys.
And he's like a $105 wet. And he is just so slim. And compared to Eddie Kingston, who's just this massive guy who looks like he plays handball in the Bronx for like 23 hours a day.
He plays handball in the Bronx.
And he chest chopped him 50, 60 times. At a point that people were just, they were almost disgusted because his chest turned from pink to red to purple. It was insane. I don't even know how you guys do that. A chest chop. I took it once. I took a chest chop once, and I was like, okay, wrestling's not for me.
A lot of people. It was a funny story recently. Romeo Romano's like my roommate, so one time he just like came in from training, and I guess I stood home that day 'cause I was not feeling. I actually got my stitches done recently.
Right.
So he came and he showed me his chest. This guy had like bloodshot red, like he looked like they tore the skin off his chest and just straight bustle right there. I'm like,
Right.
Oh boy. Like, what happened? He said training happened. I was like, that's good.
He was giving you shit.
I don't get much shit, but I mean, it is what it is. It's like I'll go to training if I can, but if I can't, if I'm not feeling well, or I can't, if I medically not cleared,
Medically not cleared
to wrestle.
Oh, if you haven't passed the wellness,
There's a wellness policy. Oh my god, gotta hide. Just playing. But yeah, I saw like bloodshot red. Like I think that was the worst ever. I think he took pictures and put it on Instagram how crazy it was. But it was cool. I mean, everybody gets it done to them every once in a while. It's part about paying your dues. Getting beat up ain't part about paying your dues.
Once again, we all have to pay it once in a while.
Every time.
That's life, man. That's what it is.
It's like taxes, man. You gotta pay them.
Yeah, it's automatic. So before we wrap it up, once again, you want to give your shout outs to your social media sites before we do this?
I think I already did. I don't want to do that again.
You sure?
Yeah.
You gotta promote House of Glory, man. You gotta do that, man.
Oh yeah, of course. Go to houseofglory.wrestling.com. Follow all the wrestlers there. Follow Smiley Lucha, Andy Lee Ray at ALR Wrestling. Follow D Consensus. Follow Panda Man, myself. Follow Amazing Red. Follow Brian XL. Follow all my bros and sisters from there. They're all great wrestlers. They're all better than me anyway.
Yeah, they're now opening up the women's division, which is actually cool.
Oh man, can we talk about that?
We'll save it for after halftime. We'll do it. We'll tie it into that.
Oh, there's halftime coming?
Yeah, we're about to go to halftime too. So once again, House of Glory presents The Purge. This is October 23rd. Doors open at 6 p.m. Bell time is at 8 p.m. You could go to 9112 144th Place in Jamaica, New York. Guys, general admission is $20. Second row is $30. First row is $40. Listen, you got to jump on it now before they're all sold out. Once again,
they will sell out too.
They will sell out. The card, like I said, we have JT Dunn and Anthony Gangone versus Ken Broadway and Joey Janela.
That's gonna be a good match.
As for the tag titles, EYFBO versus the Private Party.
That's gonna be another good match.
We have the former champ, the CEO, the man himself, Brian XL, going up against the champ Smiley for the HOG Heavyweight Championship. And we have a match. Is this the first time ever? Red versus RVD?
I have no idea.
And what's your match?
It probably is because I think they labeled it as a dream match.
Oh, okay.
So,
and what's your card? What you book for that night?
I think it's a 4-on-4.
And you
hardcore.
And you're with
D Consensus.
And Andy Lee Ray has the picking of 3 of his partners of his choosing, which is yet to be determined.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it has on the card.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So you guys be a part of House of Glory. Those shows are going to be, from here on out, amazing. All right. Once again, I want to thank you guys for listening. And I want to thank Paulie.
What?
Mr. Paul Savage. Thank you for me. You want to play a game after halftime?
Sure. I'm down for anything.
Okay,
right
so we're not. Really? That Corona is really getting into you. All right, guys. Just give us after halftime, and we're going to come back with scoring in the red zone. Hold up.
Get my swag. I'm on my bull. I heard Shorty need a man. I'm on my bull. I'm about to leave this dot alone. I'm on my bull. Left her as soon as I hit. I'm on my bull. Brooklyn all through me. I'm on my bull. Still on that naughty all through me. I'm on my bull. I easy getting likes. I'm on my bull. Homie, I I think I know your wife. I'm on my bull. Summertime, Gersh Park. I'm on my bull. Summertime, Pro City. I'm on my bull. Rapper life, fire easy. I'm on my bull. Brooklyn passport. Yeah, I'm on my bull. I gotta keep them haters off of me. Pay them no mind, never mind what they talking be. Don't talk to me, we do this shit accordingly. We say, most importantly, yeah, you can ball like we, but you don't get the girl like we. We ride around with them women. Tell them LA girls we coming. We gon' hit the town, we gon' fool around, so don't be catching no feelings. Just picture me in action on my bullshit. If you catch a cameo, send me the pic. Just book a trip to Miami. I'm on my bull. Soon as I hit the strip, I'm on my bull. I'm sipping any pure white. I'm on my bull. Had the pregame for tonight. I'm on my bull. Just got back to New York. I'm on my bull. At the Brooklyn Tap House. I'm on my bull. Night of the cookers closed down. I'm on my bull. Sappolo's frontin' on the drinks. I'm on my bull. Gotta keep them haters off of me. Pay them no mind, never mind what they talking be. Don't talk to me, we do this shit accordingly. We say, most importantly, yeah, you can ball like we, but you won't get the girl like we. We rhyme round with them women. Tell them LA girls we coming. We gon' hit the town, we gon' fool around, so don't be catching no feelings. Just picture me in action on my bullshit. If you catch a cameo, send me the pic. Send that shit for real though. Easy. Let me go. Big letters. 2014. Yeah, 2014.
Score in the red zone. Score in the red zone. Score in the red zone.
This segment of Score in the Red Zone is brought to you by Rapper Life. At Rapper Life, these are the guys who have brought us our halftime music. So you guys are looking into getting hot beats, that fire, getting videos filmed on your block, go to Rapper Life, RAPPALIFE.com. Rapper Life. You can get them on Instagram as well as on their webpage at Rapper Life. Holla. So, Paul, you want to play a game?
Sure. Let's play.
I have on the table scoring in the red zone we have for you this week. This one will be let's see if you could decipher which is different. We have wrestling move or sexual position.
Wow.
Yeah. You have to decide. You have to pick which name that I give out. Would it be a wrestling move or a sexual position? You ready?
This is very manly. Let's do this.
Isn't it? All right. Wait, hold on. Let me cue up the music as well because I need a theme behind it. By the way, while I do that, there was a question that I did miss to ask you. You're a man who wrestles with a mask, and there's a lot of times that we see luchadors who go out there. Do you consider yourself a luchador? Just because you have a mask on?
I really don't know. I feel like luchadors are more from like Mexico than but I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to really say if I consider myself one. I don't.
You're just a mask wrestler.
I'm just a mask wrestler.
Okay.
I'm like luchador. It's like I feel like there's a big credential for that one.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, do you consider me a luchador?
I mean, you're agile for your size. For what I've seen you do, you're not the typical big guy power looking wrestler, but I think you would have to earn the right. Somebody has to hand that to you. Yeah, I believe. So I think if you put more time in or whatever, somebody's gonna hand it to you.
I like to call myself the overweight Cruiserweight.
Oh. That sounds sexy, ladies.
Oh my God.
This ties into scoring in the red zone.
I know this song very well. I grew up
So-
to this song.
Wrestling under the mask, is it difficult? Because you've had a transgression when it came to your mask. Is it difficult to wrestle under the mask?
Oh, it depends on my mask. Cause my first mask was like mad furry, and then I got me a custom made mask, and I made me a mouthpiece so I can breathe. Breathing was the hardest part because it cuts your air supply by half.
Right.
So I even got new mask, and that mask is tight as hell. So it feels weird and it's hard to put on, and even harder to take off because when you're sweating, it gets wet, it's stuck on you.
Is there a moment that you believe that you're gonna pull away from the mask and we're just gonna leave it behind?
Hopefully, I mean, one day, like it's because I'm not the type of person to stay on the same place. I like to keep moving forward, just new stuff.
Right.
So like, I like trying new things, and hopefully I could just
Have you ever wrestled without the mask before?
prior to House of Glory, yeah.
Yeah. But so, I mean,
Don't look for me.
I mean before that. I mean after that. Have you ever done?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wrestled out the mask during training.
Oh, okay.
I even done like gimmicks where we have like practice matches where like I wrestled out the mask, but then I put the mask on just to do one cool move and then take it right back off.
Was there ever any talk of you probably doing dual personas, like you be Panda Man or Panda Beast, and then you can be a regular wrestler?
Didn't like Suicide do like a gimmick like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
All right, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that you could even if it's just to put another guy over.
I'll do that definitely. Like,
But that means you have to work 2 times that night.
think we care? I was 3 times I can.
I like that. That shows your commitment to your promotion and to your.
I'll put anybody over.
That's what's up. You don't get that a lot from a lot of guys. Everybody's out there it's looking out for themselves, but it's good to know that there's guys out there still who's able to do it for the love of the promotion and do it for the business. So you ready?
Yeah, let's play this game.
All
We
right.
put the Pokemon music on.
All right, I'm gonna put it back on for you. All right, hold on.
Let's
All
do
right,
this.
Let me screw you because remember I'm a one-man machine over here. I'm doing all-
I see that.
All right, here we go. We're scoring in the red zone with Paul Savage, aka Panda Beast. Here we go. First move. Is it a move? Is it a position? Or is it a sexual move? Whatever it is. The hip hop drop.
That is a wrestling move. Is that correct? Oh! Booyah!
The Dirty Sanchez.
That's definitely not a wrestling move. That is a sexual position. Final answer. Oh!
There you go.
Oh, boy!
The Stink Face.
That should be both. But I know that as a wrestling move.
You're right, it should be both. The World's Strongest Slam.
That's a wrestling move. But I could be both too, though.
The Angry Dragon.
Now you got me. The Angry Dragon.
The Angry Dragon.
That's. I don't, is that a position? Final answer. Oh, yo,
Yeah.
how you got the screech came out and then you're like, oh, I got it wrong. Suck.
The Donkey Punch.
That's a sexual position, but that could be a wrestling move.
The Polish Hammer.
That's definitely a wrestling move, and I love that move.
The Bronsky.
The what?
The Bronsky.
That's who does that? That's not a wrestling move. Sexual position. Oh,
That's when you put your face in between the woman's breasts and you go Bronsky.
I thought I watched Wedding Crashers and I thought that was the motorboat.
But they call it a Bronsky as well. The carpet cleaner.
That's not a wrestling move at all. I'm mad perverted. I know
The heart punch.
That's my man's Ox Baker finishing move. Rest in peace, Ox Baker.
And finally, the cocoa butt.
That's not a wrestling move, but oh wow, that's not a wrestling move.
That's not a wrestling move?
Sexual position. Oh,
Cocoa butt.
who created?
It's actually a wrestling move. That was actually done by Bobo Brazil.
I don't even know who that is.
Ah, you know Ox Baker, but you don't know Coco Brazil?
It's because I met Ox Baker more than once.
But you did well, though. That was actually really good. You did a good job on that.
The funny thing about all those sexual positions is like you can just name them into wrestling moves.
Is that easy to transition?
It'll be like what was the other one before? The one before Cocoa Butt? The sexual position before Cocoa Butt?
The Bronsky?
The Bronsky. It's like something like Zack Ryder would make, like the Broski. Oh, Bronsky, right there.
Well, once again, RSS, the Regular Season Sportscast. Thank you. You're our first interviewee. Thank you.
I try.
I hope you had a good time.
Hope I come back.
Yeah, you should.
It was fun.
You should. You have other shows coming up soon. You were damn excellent. I like that. The man behind the mask, Paul Savage, aka Panda Man, aka Panda Beast.